Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ibrahim Suleiman. I'm going to be talking about the skeletal system, and I'm going to be covering P1 and P2 criteria. This is Unit 1. So, yeah, and this is Beat Exposed Level 3. As you can see, I'm going to the next slide. So, as you can see on this, on the laptop, the red one, the red part, is the appendicular skeleton, and on the other side, the actual skeleton from the skull, the ribs into the pelvis, and here the appendicular is from the shoulders all the way to your fingers, and then from your hips all the way to your toes. That's then the appendicular skeleton. So the skeletal system, the actual skeleton is composed of the skull, vertebral column, and thoracic cage. Each of these is essentially a shaped box, as you can see there. It protects the most vital and vulnerable organs of the human body, such as the brain, spinal cord, and the heart, lungs, and the kidneys. The actual skeleton contains of 80 bones. And here you can see, this is a picture, an example where you actually using your skull and is protected. You see here a football player headering the ball, so he's using his skull. And here you're seeing Joe Gomez actually throwing a ball. So the skull and the throwing, you're going to be using your arms. So the actual, basically your skull, and the appendicular, basically your arms into your toe, basically. You're going to be throwing it like that. So the skeletal bones. Bones compose the skeleton, which provides structure and support for the body. Protection bones provide the protection for numerous vital organs and soft tissues of the body. For example, the vertebral column protects the spinal cord, and the thoracic rib, basically, cage protects the heart and lungs. And mobility, bones work in conjunction with skeletal muscle and other skeletal system components to assist in the enabling body movement. Blood cell production, blood cells are produced by bone marrow. Bone marrow stem cells develop into red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. That's a hard word. Storage bones. Bones store important minerals and mineral salts, including calcium, phosphorus, and calcium phosphate. Calcium phosphate gives bones in firmness. Bone also stores fat in yellow bone marrow. There are 5 junctions of the skeletal system in the body, 3 of which are external and visible to the naked eye, and 2 of which are internal. The external functions are structure, movement, and protection, and internal functions are blood, cell production, and storage. So the divisions of the skeletal system. The human skeleton consists of 206 named bones. Bones of the skeletons are grouped into 2 principal divisions. As I already said, is the actual skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. These ones are divided are in 2 groups. So the actual and the appendicular. The actual skeleton actually consists of bones that lie around the longitudinal axis of the human body. Skull bones, auditory ossiculus, which is the ear bones, that's a hard word as well. Hyoid bones, ribs, sternum, so that's the breastbone, and bones of the vertebral column. Sorry, let me turn off my phone. So now the appendicular skeleton consists of the bones of the upper and lower limbs, extremities, plus the bones forming the girdles and connect the limbs to the actual skeleton. So the divisions of the skeletal system. I don't know if you can see it properly. So as I already said, this blue part is the exoskeleton. So the skull, and then you got the ribs over there. This is the spine, and so the brown bit, as you can see, is the appendicular skeleton. So the clavicle, scapula, and then all the way down the joint. I mean the pubis and the ilium and the hip bone, actually. So move on. The functions of the skeleton. The skeleton performs many functions in the body. And these are the support. The skeleton supports the muscles. Protection. The skeleton protects the delicate parts of the body like the brain. Muscle attachment and movement. Muscles are attached to the bones and move them, creating levers. Blood cell production. Blood cells are made in the bone marrow. And so now I'm going to be talking about the support. The skeleton acts as a framework. It gives the body support, enabling us to stand. The bones of the body are held together by ligaments. The skeleton provides a framework for the muscles which are attached to the bones of tendons. So about the brain. This is a question for you guys to be answered. You can email me back, as this is getting recorded by myself. So what vital organ does the cranium protect? And the second question will be, what organ does the rib cage protect? So I'm going to move on. Minerals. Mineral storage. The bones themselves are made of minerals and act as a mineral store for calcium and phosphorus, which can be given up if the body requires the mineral for other functions. Attachment of muscles. The bones of the skeleton provide surfaces for the attachment of the muscle. Calcium and phosphorus are the most abundant minerals in your bones. Together forming calcium phosphate crystals, your bones contain roughly 99% of the calcium and 85% of the phosphorus in your body. Other minerals stored in your body include magnesium and fluoride. Vitamins and minerals make people's body work properly. Although you get vitamins and minerals from the foods you eat every day, some foods have more vitamins and minerals than others. The fat soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K dissolve in fat and can be stored in your body. So what type of bones are there? Let me explain that to you. So actually, bones can be classified into 5 types of bones. So the types are based on shape. So we got our long bone, short bone, flat bone, irregular, and sesamoid. You can see the picture over here. You got here, this is a long bone, and this is a irregular bone and sesamoid. So the type of bones. Flat bones are bones whose principal function is either extensive protection or the provision of broad surface for muscular attachment. These bones are expanded into broad flat plates, as in cranium, the skull, the ilium, the pelvis, sternum, and ribcage. In an adult, most red blood cells are formed in flat bones.